Bonjour, everyone. I'm Min Kim, and I have a question for you. How do most clients describe their white hair? Most probably say it's too high maintenance and complicated to manage, right? But as a colorist, you have the power to transform white hair into beautiful hair. Come with me and discover the best of white hair from blending to deep coverage. You want to start by understanding what the client wants. The type of coverage used will depend on the client's skin tone and their desired shade. Just like makeup, white hair coverage has to adapt to skin tone, from dark to light and cool to warm. You wouldn't pick the same makeup foundation for different clients, right? Well, it's the same for white hair coverage. Many skin tones grow lighter with age, so it's better to soften the hair shade. A client who used a Majorelle 3 as a natural color in the past might be better suited with a level 4 or 5 with a cool brown reflect. If a client only goes to the salon a few times a year, then a lighter shade with a blended coverage will show less regrowth. A great colorist will adapt the shade and type of coverage to the client's lifestyle instead of always trying to cover white hair with an opaque coverage. When it comes to white hair coverage, there's regular, transparent, and opaque. We learned in Color Keys 1 that regular white hair coverage is half of the desired shade and half the corresponding fundamental. Here's an example with a warm reflect. Half 7.4 and half 7.3. And an example of a cool reflect, half 7.1 and half 7. Now, if we shift for more blended coverage, it's perfectly adapted for lighter shades to look very natural. Regrowth will show less. You can change the rule and mix 3/4 of your target shade with 1/4 of the fundamental. In this example, 3/4 of 8.13 and 1/4 of 8. You could also keep the same half and half ratio, but with a lighter fundamental. Half 8.13 and half 9. Now let's choose a more opaque coverage. It's best for darker shades or more resistant hair. You can adapt the rule by using half of one tone darker, for example, half 6.23 and half 5 instead of 6. You could also try 3/4 of a fundamental, but it will diminish the reflect visibility. But it could work for a client who wants less visible reflex. It's usually best to go at least one level lighter on lengths and ends versus the regrowth. It'll look more lively and elegant. Overall, the most important thing is to listen and understand what's best for your client. Whether they want to be a silver fox or a dark-haired maven, now you know how to blend white hair to maximize your client's natural beauty. See you next time on Color Keys 2.